Well, hello, good afternoon everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back and I hope you guys are doing wonderful out there. In this video today we're going to talk about the Optimus Polaris. And we're going to find out if it will run on the good old WD40. Now I had this can of WD-40. When I pushed the button, nothing came out. So I took my drill here and I drilled a hole in the can. I put the WD-40 in here. Of course there was a lot of dirt and stuff. I just got done washing this. But I put the WD-40 in here and now I'm filtering it through a coffee filter into this plastic bottle, which eventually is going to go in this fuel bottle. And we're going to find out today if this stove will run on WD-40. So there you can see how kind of dirty that WD-40 was, and it's just dripping right into this little bottle, and hopefully it'll work. We're gonna find out. It ought to be a fun test. Okay, we've got a little bit of WD-40 here. It's been filtered. We'll pour the WD-40 into this container. And there's not a lot of it, but I think it'll be enough for us to do this test. So it brought it up to about here, so we have enough to do the test. Let's go ahead and get our pump out. We are gonna pump this bad boy up. See how this works. Make sure this valve is off. 30 pumps. Let's go ahead and get my piece of wood to set my stove on so I don't overheat the table. Making sure this one's off. We'll go ahead and turn that one on. I'm going to use some of this fire paste to help prime the stove. Kind of reminds me of peanut butter or something. So we'll just put a little bit of that there. We'll light that up, and I think I'll put a little bit down below too. We'll light it down below, and we'll get the objective is to get the stove primed up. Now if I didn't have fire paste, I could use hand sanitizer. That works pretty good too. So let's go ahead and open up and see. Nothing yet. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare this pot. I have 32 ounces of water, so I got 1 liter. We're going to do a boil test if I can get this to prime, which, to be honest with you folks, I think that it will. So we'll get the 32 ounces of water ready. And we'll open this up a little bit, see if we're going to get any flames. There we go. We're starting to get a little bit. So we have 1 liter of water. Got my timer. And all we need to do at this point is just get this thing going. We're just going to let it get nice and hot. Hopefully it'll prime up. I've never used WD-40 as a fuel before, so this is my first time using it. So I'm learning just as much as you guys are right now on this one. I can hear the stove starting to make a little more sound, but I can see that there's still liquid in the cup down below, so I'm going to let that burn off a little bit. I might have given it a little bit much. I love doing experiments like this because you never know what's going to happen or what it's going to look like. So it's always fun playing with different fuels and stuff. So I have a flame there. I'm just waiting for the excess down below, the priming part, to burn off. So once that happens, I think these outside yellow flames will go away, and I'll have hopefully a nice pretty blue flame there. And as you can see at this point, all the flames down below have went out. So we are pretty much primed up. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more pressure. And let's take a look at that flame and see how it looks with WD-40. Here's what we have. We'll turn it down. You got really nice flame control down on the bottom end, so simmering ability. And then turning it up. I would have never thought that it would have been like big yellow flames like this. I thought it would have been beautiful blue flames. Seems like that flame right there is a good one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this 1 liter of water on here, and we'll start this timer and see how long it takes to bring this up to a boil. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it 6.5 minutes to get a rolling boil. Not real impressive, but it did do it. So now we're at a heavy rolling boil, and the fuel does work. Not the best choice by any means, but it does work. I don't think I'd use it unless it was like a dire emergency and that's all I had. So the flame control and the way the stove is performing, it's just not, it's like it never got primed all the way or something. So that's the kind of flame that we're dealing with. Now on the simmering end of things, you know, I think it could be a little bit more useful for simmering. I'm looking at the bottom of the pot, and the bottom of the pot has like an oily coating on it. It has like an oily film, like a residue. Very interesting. So definitely not the best fuel by any means. It's a dirty kind of fuel. It does work, but it would be like a last resort kind of fuel for me to use in my backpacking stoves. So I hope that this video answered your questions on will WD-40 work in a pinch on your multi-fuel stoves. The answer is yes, but it's not like efficient, or it's not a great fuel. But hopefully this video helped you guys out. I hope you enjoyed it and had fun with me on it. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Have you used WD-40 in your backpacking stove? What was your result? What did it look like for you? I'd like to read those comments. With all that being said, please hit that thumbs up on your way out. Share this video, and thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.